guitar, baby. Well, welcome back to Mojo Shop Guitar. In today's video, we have something real special and real old. As you can see, got us an acoustic here. And yes, sir, that does say Gibson on the top. And it is a rather old one. It's got the gold hardware on the case and stuff. It's even got a strap, a little name tag on it. Let's see what the name tag says here. Oh, there's a little cover on it. Oh, it says Zonie'S, Broughton, Michigan. Well, this is her guitar, and I hear she was a pretty good musician. Let's open up and see what we got in here, huh? Take a look at this guitar of hers, huh? What do you say? Yeah, we get right down here like that there. Get this one back here. The one back there too. Nope, I think that's it right there. Yeah, what do you say? Oh, look at that right there. This right here. Whoa, whoa, you don't want to see me. This right here is a 1967 Gibson. I don't know if you can see it in there. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. Ah, you can't read it. It's a Blue Ridge. It's a Gibson Blue Ridge. Tell you what, we'll pull it out of the case. We'll take a look at that tag a little bit better. She's real nice shape. Belongs to a good customer of mine. Mojo Shop Guitars, named Mike. Oh, Mike, he got some guitars, tell you one thing. But we did have a couple of problems. I mean, you can't hardly see it in this light here, but there's a little spot where the case itself, see there's a little pad in that case there, and that pad's been rubbing on the finish right here, and now you can kind of see, if we can, yeah, you can kind of see it right there. You can just see it a little bit, you can feel it right through there. See, it just don't feel right. And there's one other little spot where the neck rests on this right here that has kind of made it where it's kind of ruined the finish there. And we're going to see if we can't do something with that. But she sure is beautiful. Let's see if we can't see what that tag in there says. Yep, she's a... There we go. Gibson Blue Ridge. And she sure is pretty. She got a real nice finish on it, and I like the, you know, the color of the wood and stuff like that. It's real pretty, but it needs to clean it up. And as you can see, it's a little bit dirty, but it is looking really nice. And it definitely is a Gibson. And you know, it's really weird. I see these Gibsons as the dot. It's right next to the G. I think that's the thing that they did. I thought it was weird at first, but oh, look at the back of that. That is some really, really, really nice grain. Oh, Zonie had a beautiful guitar, didn't she? Look at, she took very nice care of it. This is the 1967, and other than this little rash here from the case, you know, I wonder if people have more problems with that. Maybe it's just the finish or something, but look at the finish on that. I mean, it's beautiful, you know. And we got the old, what are those? Gibson Deluxe tuners. That's what it says. Gibson Deluxe, right up on there. Yep, and it's got the nice binding around on the back side, and the same kind of thin little binding around the front. But yeah, this one's a keeper. And we're going to take this one over. We're going to give it the Mojo treatment, go over it, and anything that it needs, it's going to get. We're going to bring it back to life as much as we can. Try to get rid of those rashes on the back and see if we can't do something with this case, which is, by the way, the original case. And I looked inside the thing here. There's no case candy or anything like that. Nothing in there. And it comes with it had an old strap stuck to it, which we had to take off there. But it's got the nice purple lined case. And you know, this is a beautiful guitar. And we're going to go take it over the bench and we're going to put some new strings on it. We're going to go over and make sure that every note's playing perfectly in tune up and down that fretboard. And that everything is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And that this guitar is doing what the guitar is supposed to do. Sound good, play good, look good. You know, it's going to be in the sweet spot. It's going to get MOJOED. So what do you say? We take it over the bench and let's get this thing done. Hey, what do you say? Okay. Here we are over at the bench. We'll get this one right here. Heck yeah, look at this. Oh, looking pretty good. Not too bad. Not too shabby. A big guitar. I gotta make sure I'm not poking stuff around with it. But yeah, you know, we took a look at it. It's looking real nice. It needs a good going over. See if we can't get rid of this stuff on the back there. See if we can't stop that from happening. But until for now, we're gonna go ahead and take the strings off this thing. So we're gonna get our little neck rest under here. Stick that underneath there so we get that up, and we're going to slide this down just as much as we possibly can here. And we'll move this down a little bit. There we go, that looks like the shot I'm looking for. Get rid of my bottle of pop. And get out some tools. Alright. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take some. We're going to loosen these strings out before we cut them off there. Like that. That's another one of my guitar tricks. Let's get these getting loosened up a little bit. Okay, that's loose enough for what I gotta do, which is cut them off there. Our little wire cutters here. I'm just gonna go ahead and. I noticed that and some of these strings, if it's a little bit tough, just squeeze down on it and then give it a little twist like that, and it'll snap right off for you. But then when you get to the smaller ones, them ain't nothing. There we go. Alright. So now we go ahead and take these off here. And I'm not sure what this one's going to need, but I can't wait to see. And we're going to go ahead and take these strings off here. Tell you what, we're going to go pull the pins out of the back down here. We'll pull the strings out. And when we get done with that, we'll be right back. Alright, one thing I noticed here. And you know, it's the little things that get you sometimes. You know, you can see this bridge right here. Well, I don't know, you can't see this bridge right here. Can you see how it's got the little slots on the holes there? Well, basically what happened was somebody put the strings in, and instead of pushing it all the way down in there and then putting the piece in there, they just barely stuck it in there, and then they jammed that down in there too. And these were all sitting up high. These were sitting up real high, and the string was barely even in there, and it left a big mark in there. And you know, it's just, I mean, it's going to be all right, but it's just, you know, it's going to be all right. It's just not something that's optimal. And as I'm looking at this here, it looks like we have a small little crack in it right here, which is right above a brace. There's a brace right underneath right here. So you know what? I don't think we're going to worry about it too much, because, you know, it is what it is. And this is a nice little guitar. This guitar is probably worth about $1,500 or so, right in that neighborhood. It's a 1967 Blue Ridge Gibson, made in the old factory. You know, 1967 was the first year they made these. They made some that were electrified after this, where they had a little piezo in them and stuff, but this isn't one of them. Looks like everything's all original on it, but we're going to go ahead and we're just going to clean it up real good. And I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check the neck, see how the neck's doing. So we'll get out our handy dandy feeler gauge down here. And we'll give this neck a check. Check the neck. Let's try to give it. Well, it's not rocking. So we'll see how it's doing. It's got just a little bit of relief in it. Just a tiny little bit. So what we're going to do is we want to get this neck nice and flat here first. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this truss rod cover off of here. As you can see, if you can see, yeah, you can see that. We're 2 hands on the screwdriver so we don't mess nothing up. And probably what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to do the neck on this. Get the body all cleaned up. We'll go through it, make sure the tuners are all the way they're supposed to be, and just, you know, everything's right. And then we will address the finish problems here on the back and on the front. This piece right up here, not so much. I'm not so worried about it because you can see it, but you can't. But this piece across the back here, that's significant. You can really feel it. It feels like some of the material from the case is stuck right to the finish. So we're gonna have to do something about that for sure. Anywho's, so we have a little bit of a dip in the neck. So what we're gonna do is we'll see if this is a one right here. Which truss rod do we need here? Maybe it's not gonna be that one, is it? What's this gonna be? Oh, it's a screw. Ha 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 ha. 1967. So we're gonna get in there. So I got a big old screwdriver here. I'm gonna get in there. Okay, and we gotta tighten it. So, and it's tightening. We're gonna tighten just that little bit there, and then we'll kind of help it a little bit by cranking her that way, just a hair. Now we'll stick this on here. We'll see. Well, it's still got a little bit of relief in the middle. But let's just kind of see what she says here for a minute. We'll give that another shot there. Oh, she's getting close. Just needs another little crank rally. Just a little turn. Right, now let's give that a swirl to see if it did anything. That's still got a little bit of relief in there. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to keep on trying to get that bend out of there. Yep. So, what we're going to do is we're going to keep going on this here. Just doing this, tightening it up and trying to bend it a little bit. I think that if I go just one more little schmeck and a smidgen here, right there, that's going to do it, because it is catching in the middle here. It's hitting the middle, and it's a little bit, then it's hitting down here, and it's hitting down here. So I think there's just a couple of frets that are a little bit high or low, which doesn't really matter, because we can always just kind of do an assessment here with low, 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 low. I don't know. But I don't know. We're going to try giving it one more little shinky. Alright, I'm not going no past that right there. We'll give that just a little bit of time to relax. There we go. Alright, now let's give this a whirl. Yep, that's where it needs to be. Okay. Next thing. Next. Alright, next thing we're going to do. What are we going to do here? And find my marker. Oh, there's my big fat marker. Okay. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to level this fretboard. So what I'm doing is taking my marker. We're going to make some lines on the top of these frets real careful like. And we're just kind of getting into this, and we're just going to kind of get it. It doesn't really need a whole lot. I want to get the finish done. The fretboard don't need a whole lot, but it does need a level. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And you know how we do this. We put the black marker across the frets. And I'm suspecting there might be a couple of high frets. So I'm using the marker because I want to know. On some guitars I go, that's pretty flat, you know, I'm not really worried about it. But on this one, yeah, I am kind of so. Alright, I'm just using my level and beam here. We're going to go across this like this. See, and I can tell right away that it's kind of bumpy. And now we'll take an assessment of it and see what it's doing. And we need just a little bit more down here. We're just leveling this out so that it's nice and smooth and all the frets are at the exact same height. Alright, and now that I went that way, I want to go this way a little bit. And now we're going to take a look at it. See, now we're cutting across here pretty well, and here is just, it needs a little more. They're good, 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 good. Pretty good here, and then it starts, these three right here are a little bit low, and then we get a little bit lower right here, and then they get a little bit high right there. High, 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 and then it falls off a little bit. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take my screwdriver here that's just kind of a ball. It's nothing to it. I'm just going to give that a little down through there just a little bit just to see. You know, I'm not hurting anything. Now that did not hurt anything. It didn't dent anything. It just was kind of, you know, I give them a little love tap to see if they're sitting a little proud because they popped up for some reason. You know, we got a little too humid one there. I'm not putting any pressure hardly at all on this board here. Just kind of giving it a little bit. We'll take another look at it. See, it's still not cutting completely in the middle there. Just keep on going until it's all the way across. We got it as level as we possibly could, and now we're just trying to get the frets completely level. So when you play it, everything is in tune. Everything's the way it's supposed to be. And this may have never been done to this guitar. And you know, it's an acoustic guitar. You know, there's not a whole lot of playing down here, but you know, every once in a while, and if you want to, you should be able to. You know. So it looks like we have cut through on these. Nice and smooth, and you know, I can tell the difference. Look at, I'm running across there now. When I first laid it on there, it was all boom, 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 boom. Now I'm running across there and it's nice and smooth. I can sure surely tell the difference. We'll just turn it around this way. And I'm going to give it a wipe on the towel because that kind of gets some of the stuff off of it, so it cuts a little bit better. And we're also going to turn the pad down there. There we go. It looks like it's cutting all the way across there, and I think that's what we're going to go with right there. That looks good. Alright, so we'll put it back up on the pad, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our crowning tool, and excuse me, we're going to take our crowning tool, and our crowning tool is just a little file in there that's got a little V cut to it. And we flattened off the top of the frets, and now we're going to put a point on them so they're nice, so it's got a nice crown across there, because that's what we're looking like. So we're just going to run this across there, like this, over each one of these frets, until it feels smooth. So it feels like it's nice and smooth. Yeah, that feels real good. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that to every last one of these frets down there, at least the ones that we can get to, relatively easy. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And the side of this fretboard doesn't really feel like it needs a whole lot of stuff, but we're going to have to give that a little action too, but not much. So I'll be back after I get this done. Okay, we're back. We got the fretboard, we got the frets all crowned and stuff like that, so they're, nice and got a nice little point across the front of them and stuff. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to tighten in a little bit. I'm going to show you how we do what we're going to do to the fret ends. Now, the fret ends don't need a whole lot here. They feel pretty good, but they could use just a little tiny touch-up. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of go over them just a little bit. Now, what I'll have to do is take my little fret file here, and we just sort of go over it just a little bit here. I'm going to back up on there. We just kind of go over a little bit, just a little bit. We want to get that little... I think the more or less that is just a little bit sticking out. So we'll just kind of go over this a little bit, and then what we'll do is we'll come back with our flat file. We got a little flat file right here, see, and we'll just kind of get these ends real nice so they're nice and smooth and nothing sticking out on those. So I think that's where a lot of our problem is, right like that right there. So we'll go ahead and, oh, yep, that's where it was. It smoothed that right out. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to just get any last little bit of any little thing sticking out down through here. And then we will be right back. Okay, we did all the fret ends, and it didn't take much to get them real nice and smooth, but we did get them nice and smooth. And now we're just going to take a rag, a little bit of this here rubbing alcohol. We're going to give the neck a nice cleaning. Cleaning it probably ain't had in forever and a Sunday. And we are going to stay away from the body though, because I know alcohol and good old nitrocellulose finish do not mix. So we're going to stay away from that sucker. I'm just going to give this a good rub down with the rag a little bit. Doesn't seem to be too bad for being dirty and stuff. Not too bad at all. Yeah. You got to get in close to that fret. You got to kind of get in there with your fingernail. Just make sure things are clean. Now I'm going to take a piece of toilet paper here. That was for getting the big stuff off. Now I'm just going to take a little piece of this here. Toilet paper, put some more on it. And we're going to go over one more time. And I just kind of want to see how dirty it really is. See, not too bad, not too bad. A little bit of stuff. Okay. Alright, I think we got that pretty well nice and cleaned up. And look how fast that stuff dries. And we did get a little bit of dirt on the rag, see? So that's what's good. Okay, now next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of steel wool here and we're just going to go over this fretboard from one end to the other. We're going to get all these frets polished up real nice, and we're going to kind of give the fretboard a little bit of a scrubbing too. Trying to make that smooth and, you know, just smooth. You know, wood likes to be smooth. So we're giving those frets a real nice polishing like that. Okay. Now, if you're using steel wool on something, you want to make sure that if it has any, like an electric guitar's got magnets in the pickups and stuff like that, you want to stay away from that stuff. Cover it up, put tape over it, do something so that it's not going to pick up stuff from the steel wool, because it'll pick up steel wool shavings and get into everything. We're just kind of going over this like this. Smooths it all out real nice, okay? And then we're going to go this way on it. That way, if I've left any marks in the fretboard, you know, it will leave those behind. You won't be able to see them. Okay, I'm going to take a rag and go over top of this. And blow it off a little bit. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, now one more time here. There's another rag here. I'm not liking my... Alright, well, we'll use this one here. Use this one here. A little bit more alcohol on there. So we're going to get this cleaned up real good. Okay. So what we're trying to do is just get the dust and the schmutz off, and we just, you know, get the stuff off. Okay? Alright. You see that dried right up real nice and quick. And as you can see, that fretboard is looking pretty nice, but it's looking kind of dry, isn't it? Kind of dry. We don't want to have that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of our coconut oil, right, and we're just going to take a little bit on our finger there. We're just going to kind of get it all up and down this fretboard here, and see this thing is nice and dry. We've got it clean. So we don't have any old grease or anything like that, old finger schmutz in it, dead skin cells, stuff like that, you know, from playing it. Happens to the best of us. Got it all clean. And it's all dried out because the alcohol dries out the wood, which is kind of what I want. Because now it's ready for this coconut oil. It's gonna suck this coconut oil in nice. But it's not gonna suck it in a whole lot because it's just not, doesn't go into the wood all that far because it's not real oily and greasy. So a little bit of that on there. We'll spread that in real nice. And I'm trying to go this way because I don't want to push it into the frets, you know. Just want to kind of get it on the wood. I don't want to, you know, force it into the frets by going this way, you know. Okay, now that we've got that like that, okay, we can sit there and let it sit there for a second if we want to, or we can go ahead and, okay, got a nice piece of, doesn't have to be a clean piece of rag, just, you know, I mean, you know, relatively clean, but just, you know, okay, and as you can see, now we're going to take the other rag here, and we can polish this up real nice like. And that is a nice looking fretboard. Right there. There you go. There's the shot. It is nice and hydrated, nice and smooth and shiny, nice and flat and ready to go. The ends are all smooth. Everything is feeling real ducky on this one here. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to come on down here to this end, and we're going to check over these tuners. Now, they don't have any things on them right here, right? So we're going to flip this over. Maybe get some of the stuff out of the way that we don't need no more, like this leveling stuff. And this over here, okay? And I think the basic all we can do right here is just sort of check our screws for tightness. And everything looks like it's probably in pretty good shape. I'm not trying to tighten it up too much, but if it does get a little bit of a turn, that's alright. And we're really not trying to booger up these little screws here either. You know, I don't want to get in there and you know, just for the sake of tightening them, to go ahead and booger up the ends of them, you know what I mean, so they look like somebody went in there and just tore it up. Okay, we got our other piece in the end there. Okay, anything else? Nope, I don't think so. I think what we can do now is we can go ahead and clean things up a little bit, you know. And get this truss rod back on, truss rod cover back on. That can go back to where it's supposed to be. And we're going to give that just a little bit of love. Nice little wipe down with the microfiber cloth. The microfiber cloth is nice. It's not very good for absorbing anything, but it sure is nice for giving a nice little polish on things. You know. Hey, that turned out real nice. Okay, there's my screwdriver way over here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put this back on here. And we're going to give this thing a wipe down. Okay. And, see, we give it a wipe down. We're going to give it a little bit of a, we're going to put some polish on it. We're not really, you know, we're just going to put some of the there it is. Oh, I dropped the screw. We're going to put a little bit of our just, you know, wash and dry wax, spray wax on it. It doesn't really do anything, you know. It's not going to change anything, scratch anything. And we'll try to do something with this back of this neck here. That's really kind of a problem. We'll have to get in there and see what we can do on that. Might have to do a little minor surgery on it. And it's really a shame that it has damage because of the case. You know, I mean, the case is supposed to protect it, and in this instance, the case put this nice little, you know, and it's almost like the stuff is you know, almost like it's a booger on there almost. You know, I don't know if that stuff is gonna scrape right off there, but it come off in like a little. I don't know if you see that, but maybe if we just maybe you know, do a little something real nice and careful with it, we can get that taken care of. Okay, I'm going to trust that this nut is in good shape. And another thing I think we're going to do is we're going to take this steel wool and we're going to go over these tuners here a little bit. See if we can't just... Nope, those are like that pewter looking. They are not gonna, I mean, I probably could polish them up, but I'm not gonna fool with them. Yeah, what they are. I'm not rebuilding this guitar, I'm just kind of going over it, you know. And that's the thing. You know, this is 1967. It is 56 years old, and you know, I could try to do this, that, here, and the other thing, and I'm just trying to, with this little scar in the back here, I'm just trying to secure the value. You know what I mean? Because if it's got a big booger on it and it don't look right, it's, you know, it decreases the value. But so we're gonna try to take care of that. So man, other than cleaning it up, we're going to go ahead and clean it up, and then we'll be back. We'll try to get rid of that booger on the back of the neck. Alright, you know, I've never run into this problem before. It's always the first time for everything. And what I basically did is, you know, I don't know, maybe you may think I'm crazy or something, whatever, but I put a little coconut oil on there. I wanted something that was going to maybe hydrate this, because it sort of feels like finished, but it sort of feels like it might be glue from the thing too, and I'm scraping it down, and I'm kind of using this little, just, you know, tool to scrape some of this stuff off here, and it's coming off. But I don't know if it's finished or not. It's hard to tell. But whatever it is, it's got to come off of there. So I figured this was about as an efficient way of getting it off of there as anything. And it looks to me like it is finished. But, well, we'll just have to put something back on there, won't we? So we can get it back to where it's, you know, good finish. You know, I hate to kind of just go at this like this, but, you know, sometimes this little scraper here can be a real friend sometimes. Gets in there and gets that stuff off there. There's a little bit of it up here too, but I think that I can just kind of scrape across there real nice and easy, and it'll come up. I don't know what that is down there, but you can hear it. As long as I can scrape that across, and it's not really scraping anything. You know, when I hit the good finish, it just sort of slides across it. It's just taking the stuff off the outside, which is good. Alright, and we're just going to take the towel and wipe that off a little bit. It's looking better than it was. You know, maybe just need a little bit more scraping. Get that what's down there. Okay. I think I've gotten rid of most of the gummy stuff there, okay? Alright, so we'll just wipe that off a little bit. And I think it's starting to look a little bit better there. Get rid of most of that real gummy kind of junk that was on there. Okay. And now I think what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to take a piece of good old 220 here. We're just going to kind of roll it over. I don't want to get too aggressive with this or too far out. I guess maybe we'll just sort of start trying to smooth this back in together. These two here. Might have to stain that a little bit. Do something. I have to spray it a little bit. I know this is an old guitar, but we're gonna treat this kind of like it's a car, you know, give it some body treatment, kind of get what we need to do with it. I'm just trying to smooth that finish on that old 1967 nitro cellulose. Starting to feather edge that now so that we're taking that rough edge out. Okay. And then we'll try to restain it a little bit so that the stain matches. And then we'll shoot it with some clear. And hopefully it won't booger up or something like that. We'll try to get it good and clean and ready to go. But hopefully, and I'm sure it'll be, I can guarantee it'll be better than what it was, which was all messed up. Yeah. Tell you what, I'm going to work this spot for a little while, and when I get it looking better, I'll be right back. Alright folks, we're back here with this 1967 Gibson Blue Ridge acoustic guitar, and it is a real nice one, but it did have a couple of problems. You know, it's really kind of funny. See, you would think that your guitar case is the best place for your guitar, the most protective place. But sometimes it's not the fact. And that would be the case with this guitar and its case. From being in its case, it made a mark on the back of the neck here where it rides on that piece that, you know, is in the case. The piece, the material that the part of the case that the neck rests on. Well, as you can see, we had to go in there and kind of fix it up, and it don't look good, but at least it's smooth and it plays, you know what I mean? It's not sticky. It was all sticky and it was bumpy, and it was just the glue from the adhesive on the liner for the case got in here, and I suspect that it had been on there so long that me just trying to get it off pretty much just contaminated the wood, and I didn't want to go in there too much, so I got it down to where it was level, sanded it down to where it was level. I stained it up the best I could with a dark stain, which really didn't want to take all that well, you know, and we went over it and we prepped it up a little bit, and we gave it a shot of clear across there, and you know, a couple of shots of clear, and that's about the best you can do for it. You know, it is what it is. It was a mess before, and now it's considerably better. But we did go over this guitar. We got the neck all done. We got the frets all taken care of. The neck is level and all nourished and ready to go. We went over the body. We got out 90% of all the little blemishes and things around it. There was some pick scratches here. There were some pick scratches in the little pick guard right here. There is a little bit of a crack right here in the. I want to see you guys. We'll tighten in on that. See if we can't tighten in on that. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there is a little crack, right? I can find it right. Oh, come on, man, where you at? You right? Oh, at the top of the pick guard, right? Oh, you can see it right there. There's a crack in there. You know, it runs right along the edge of that pick guard right there. But after all these years of, you know, expanding and contracting and stuff like that, it's, you know, it's no wonder. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we are going to put some strings on this bad rat, because it's ready for strings, and we're going to do like our normal Ernie Ball Super Slinkies 9 through 42, nice and easy to play, easy on the fingers, good tone. They're the official string of Mojo Shop Guitar. And we're going to go ahead and put these on here, and should be all set and ready to go after that. Give them a little stretch, get it back on there. I'm going to find myself a little something to open up this package with. There we go. There. Alright. So let's get our pins out. Put everything in this little jar over here. Alright. Alright. Got some pins. We're good to go. Alright. Let's give this big one a shot. In fact, I think I'm going to move these pins to up here. We're going to slide this down a little bit, and we're just going to move on down like right here. How's that look? Does that look a little bit better, you guys? Yeah, it looks great, man. Okay. Alright. Alright, we're going to start with our big number 42 here. Stick that sucker in there. And try this one right here. Jam that down. Good. There we go. Alright. Alright, and we'll string this out here, get it wound up to about right there or so. Alright. And we will continue to just treat this like a regular old string up here. That's what it is at this point. Alright, let's string this sucker up. Get the first string on. Then we go one over and the rest under. One over the string that goes through the middle, and the next one that goes under there. Alright. Get that pushed out of there good. Alright. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn that over there a little bit. We're going to get this string here off to the side just a little bit so we can cut it clear of the rest of the strings. So I'm not going to put two strings at one time by accident or something stupid. Okay, now let's put the 32 on. We're just going to go on across the board here, and you've kind of seen what we're going to do here. Let me turn it over this way a little bit. We'll go down here. Okay, I'm going to just come right on down here. Okay, and we're going to tighten that just a little bit. Okay. There we go. Hey, half the battle's getting the picture right. Alright. I'll show you this. You got your pin. Your pin has a little slot down the back, or down the front of it, actually. That's going to go towards the top of the guitar. So we're going to stick our string in, and we're going to stick it in a good old long length. And we're going to get that right in there straight. And then we're going to push it down as much as we can. And we're going to pull that string up as much as we can. And then we can go ahead and come on down to this end, do our little stringy business down here, and we'll be straight. Yeah, let's get this one wound up here real quick. Top, flip the string up, and wind her up. Alright. Okay. Slide back out. Okay, what we're going to do. Well, what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish stringing this up. And when I get finished stringing it up, we will stretch them. We're going to stretch the strings, okay? And then after we get them stretched, we're going to go ahead and give it a play. So we'll see what it sounds like, okay? So, snip that one, and we'll be right back. Alright. Well, we got her all tuned up. We got her all strung up. We got her all stretched out. And boy, she sure does sound good. That sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. Anyways, we got one last thing to do. We have got to clean up that case because it is a filthy mess. Well, not a filthy mess, but it could show enough use some help. So we're going to go do that. So let's go out over and see what that case is looking like. Okay, here we are over at the case, and just one second, I gotta adjust my lighting. There we go, that's the one I like. Okay, this is the case right here, and you know it is the original case from 1967, and it's got this little pad right there that wears on the top of the body, and that runs right across the strings. But here's our culprit right here, this little cross beam thing here. Man, the glue must have been coming out, or something was funky, something was wrong with it, because right there on the neck where that rests, it was messing it up. So, my solution is just something simple. I put a piece of material in there, just to make that rest in between that stuff and the whatever's funky down there. Okay? Now, the inside of this case doesn't look too bad. It's not real dirty or anything like that. You know, it's looking pretty good. It's got a nice purple color. I love that purple. I wish they still made them with that purple color like that. They probably still do, I just don't know it. But anyway, let's take a look at the outside of it. Yeah, see, the outside's got some nicks. It's got some white marks. You know, it's old. You know, it's seen better days. You know, it's got some scuffs around the bottom. It's dirty. You know, we show you the tag. Yeah, I think we showed you the tag of the original owner of this thing. Yeah, you know, it's dirty. So what do you say? We're gonna take this over to our little place where we clean up cases and stuff, and we're gonna get this all looking real good. Okay, so we'll be right back when we get it all cleaned up. So you get ready for a big difference, because this is gonna be shiny, shiny, shiny. Well, alrighty, we got the case all cleaned up. As you can see, she's shining like a new penny. Nice big shiny Gibson over there. We're looking real nice. Everything's nice and clean. Yes, sir. Bright and shiny. Everything's looking good. But what about what's inside? Let's see how that's looking. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, and number 4. Okay, let's see what we got. Well, look at her sitting in there in all her glory and beauty. Oh, yeah. Look at there. It is truly a stunning guitar. And you know, I think I'm going to snap a picture of it right now. So I like that. Cool. She is looking good. You see, we put our little piece of material in there. It ain't nothing special. It's just, it does the job though. Everything got cleaned up real nice. It's looking real good in its home. And you know, it's sounding real good too. We're not going to play it, because we did play it just a little bit, but it is looking real nice. And it's turned out real beautiful. So, another successful job. Get it all fixed up, making it look beautiful, making it play good again. Get the little things taken care of the best way we can. That's how we roll here at Mojo Shop Guitar. So, this guitar, you know, I didn't even tell anybody about this, but the owner of this guitar, Zonie, I got a picture of her, and it's right here. You can take a look at this picture. Yeah, she used to play this all the time, and it was her favorite guitar. In fact, the name is still in the tag right down here. As you can see, still says Zonie. Hey, so you know, it's been in the family for a long time. That's where it's going to stay, is in the family, and it's just, you know, it's a beautiful guitar. It plays real nice. One thing that's wrong with it, it's got a little tiny little crack around the hole, the sound hole, and that little part where the case was, you know, messing up the back of the neck a little bit, basically. So we're going to call this another successful job, and we're going to say adios for now from Mojo Shop Guitar, baby. Thank you for watching Mojo Shop Guitar. Please like and subscribe.